Talk. I am your host, Brandon T. At this place, we have conversations about what's happening in the wild and normal bar banner. And with that being said, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel and then like wherever you see me at. Now, there's been a lot of talk about people's interactions and how people interact with each other out here in the wild. And with that being said, one of the biggest and strangest things that's in our society today is the dating situation. Now, there's a lot of rules, regulations, and a lot of expectations that are some realistic and some are absolutely absurd. And so we're gonna cover it today on the bar talk. And I have a special guest on the phone to give her opinion on it. And I would like to introduce Sharice. Sharice, how are you doing this evening?
Hello, hello, hello. I'm good. How are you?
Very well, very well. So tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Sharice, also known as Miss Ree. I have a Facebook page that is the name of it is Wellness, Wealth, and Beauty, Miss Ree. And I also have a YouTube channel, same name, Wellness, Wealth, and Beauty with Miss Ree. And it's kind of for the ladies. It's for being healthy, wealthy, beautiful, and great dating. So happy to be on your show. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you, thank you. And I hope everybody heard all that. And so let's get into it. So we're gonna talk about dating and there's people interactions, and so and then how to handle it and what the expectations is. So before we really get dive into it a little bit, I want to let's see just some dating things I've seen in the news and so forth. I wanted to talk about. So I know that I'm pretty sure y'all have out there seen about the Georgia thing with Fonnie Willis and the guy I can't think of his name right now, but they had a dating relationship and a professional relationship, and so is that a wrong thing to date on the job or date somebody you're working with and so forth? Sharice, how do you feel about that? Can you date
Uh,
somebody that you're working with?
it's a bad idea because if things don't work out, you are stuck looking at them, seeing them. They're stuck seeing you. You may move on. One party moves on, the other doesn't. I mean, unless you get married or something, but it's hard because I've done it certainly as a long time ago, and I realized it was not a good idea.
Right. And I'm pretty sure if from peer to peer co-worker dating, I guess it'd probably be more difficult in a situation where one of the parties is the manager and a subordinate. You think that makes it easier that way, or does it makes it even more complicated?
I think you run the risk of sexual harassment when you're talking about dating on the job, whatever the situation, whoever has the hierarchy, because one person could say that once it's over, you're sexually harassing them by continuing to talk to try and contact them. So it gets real tricky, which is why you have to be really careful today, especially.
So with that being said, dating at the job is a big
It's a no.
yes. Stay away from it. I don't care what they look like or what you think. The degree of difficulty of landing that ship with dating somebody at work, peer to peer, or even a subordinate to a superior to subordinate is a problem because you see it became a problem in the Georgia case with Fonnie when she was having to explain just normal hanging out and trips with the guy she was seeing and be under that particular microscope. But then it also means that certain jobs you definitely don't want to do it. If you're working at fast food or somewhere or something in low profile warehouse, whatever, you might get away with it. But if you like the some corporate job and so forth, a lot of them corporate jobs have rules against that. I think that's the guy at McDonald's that got fired for dating everybody in the office. It's over there. But yeah. So, but let's go to our next topic. One of the ones that we brought Sharice in for is about dating and what's the rules and regulation? What's the expectation? I want to start this from the woman's point of view. What does a woman expect from a man in the dating process? I get to know you. We first talk. Our first, saying get a number. We try to set something up. What do you expect from that?
Well, I'm not going to say the expectation. I've got tips for both because both sides are doing some goofy stuff. Like, for example, the good morning beautiful text messages are played. Okay.
Mm,
Women do not want a good morning beautiful text message if she just met you. She believes you probably have done that to every woman, including her, that you've met up until now. So do something else. Do something original. I don't know what that is, but do something original. Text her and say, hey, I wanted to say good morning, but I'm going to call you on my break. And then follow through with that. That
mm.
makes a person feel special. Say something else other than good morning, beautiful, because it's played out now.
All right. So no good morning, beautiful. I got you. Okay. All
No,
right. So
you can
so
say good morning. You can say thinking about you, but the good morning, beautiful played out.
okay. So good morning is cool, but if I throw the beautiful on then that's low effort. Would you say?
It's a it's expected.
Okay.
Okay, it's expected. It's nothing special.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So we gonna streamline our good morning text. Let me ask you this then on the good morning text. So does it matter what time of morning that text comes in? Does it need to come at the crack of the morning, or could it come almost at lunchtime?
I don't think it matters. I think if let's say you go to work at 7 a.m. and you send a text message at 5:30, that's actually cute for a woman. Oh, he was up, he was thinking about me. He said, "Good morning, how are you? Hope you have a great day." Whatever. That's cute. Or even if it's 11:59, it's like, "Hey, I just want to say good morning." That's cute too. So as long as it's in there.
As long as it's before lunchtime.
If it's lunchtime, then say, hey, sorry I missed good morning, good afternoon. Hope your day is going well.
But some type of communication at lunch at morning time during breakfast time needs to be communicated sometime between let's see 8 and 11:30. You need to have some type of communication from the guy that's pursuing you.
Absolutely. Otherwise, let me put it this way, we think you don't like us like that. That's what
Mm.
women are thinking. I haven't heard from him. Okay, he's not that into me. The women just we go too far with our thought process, but that's what they're going to think, and we're going to be already thinking, okay, let me just get rid of him. He's playing games. So and be consistent. Don't do that on Monday, Tuesday, and then here come Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then you don't do it because now we're thinking, okay, who else is he texting on these days? Because it ain't me. So you have to be careful. The consistency is a big thing.
And it's consistency a one-way street. So what I mean by that is that can if I'm texting you good morning, should I get a should if I text you good morning on a Monday and Tuesday, should you shoot off on a good morning on Wednesday, or is our cadence me saying something and you saying something back to me? Where is there that equal this that I get that you thinking about me as a man and not just replying back to me?
Well, let's be for real. When this is early on and new, women expect the man to do the reach out first. Now, it is a woman's responsibility to reach back. And that does not mean you are texting good night when after you text good morning. You
Right?
are texting good night. I just saw this. That's not going to make anybody feel good either. Like you just looked at your phone and texted me back like you weren't even thinking about me either to check to see if I text you. So you have to it's a ping pong game for a little while until we establish what it is, and then once it's a relationship things change.
Right. Okay. So that makes sense. So all right, so we established that. So in the beginning, the man needs to do all the pursuing, and the woman just in turn responds back to the pursuing and so forth in the beginning. Okay, that makes sense.
There you go. So next I have for men, confirm your dates the day before. No woman is going to get dressed. She's already talked to her friends about the date, I promise you. She's got her outfit picked out. She's got hair picked out. She may have to get nails done, may have to buy a pair of shoes, who knows? And then you don't even confirm on Friday, hey, we're still going out tomorrow. Are we still good? Just making sure we're good. Confirm the dates because women have a preparation situation and they don't want to do all of that and then you not going to show up or you've canceled and they get stood up.
Right.
So that's a big thing. I had a friend recently who a guy asked her out, really wealthy guy. She was thinking, okay, I have to do this, this, and this if I'm going. And then the guy didn't confirm the day before. And she's like, I'm glad I didn't do any of that stuff because I'm not going. Even if he calls the day of, I'm not going. And I wouldn't go either if somebody didn't confirm the day before and then you call the day of talking about, are we still good? No, I made other plans.
Okay. So
So confirm your date.
let me ask you this then, and to confirm the date. So is there a rule of how many days did you say like today? Like what's the day? Monday. Yeah. Okay for Monday. So I should say let's go somewhere Friday, or can I say Thursday and let's go hang out Friday? Is there a period of time to get ready for the date? That a man should ask a woman on a date.
You know what? I'm glad you said that because most women, I'm not talking about little girls playing around, most women should have boundaries that they live by. And it should be a boundary that on occasion you can cross it, but on occasion, well, most of the time you don't. So for me, it is you don't call me by Wednesday and say, hey, what are you doing for the weekend? I'm busy. I don't care if I'm just washing my hair and watching Real Housewives that I've taped. I'm busy. I,
Not wash your
I'm
hair.
not
That's
going
old
out with
school.
somebody.
That's old school.
I'm washing my hair.
Oh,
I still wash my hair. I do, but and whatever it is, I'm busy because I'm not gonna take to a man who's like last minute to me asking me, hey, can we go out on Friday? No.
right.
So if somebody it could be Thursday, and that's okay too. But women should have a cutoff limit. It can't be call me Friday morning, tell me what you doing tonight because I'm busy.
So you would say what that is that you would like at least 2-3 days before the actual date. So
Yeah,
so
unless you're
so
somebody who's on the road and you didn't know you were coming to town.
right. Okay. So like, it'd be like today Monday. Like hey, let's go out Friday, and that gives it enough time to to figure it out.
I told you, women have preparation. Yes, we
Okay.
we have to figure these things out. We have a lot to think about here.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. That
Okay, next on my list, I've got first dates, and this one is primarily for everybody to understand this. Your first date should not be some $300 four-star restaurant where you're trying to impress somebody you really don't know that well. Because you get on that date and now you're at a restaurant and she got a $200 steak and you realize you don't like the way she talks or she cusses a lot or you don't like something else about her. I never understood why men were taking women out on these high end expensive dates for the first date. Should be a coffee date, a breakfast date. Can we walk in the park? Let's go walk down by the lake. But let's get to know each other and see if I want to spend that kind of money on a date with a woman. I never understood why men do that.
yes, 100% agree with you on that. 100% agree with you on that. But in this social media world we live in, the expectations of a lot of things is high. They see their favorite, you know what I'm saying? They see their favorite person on Instagram or somewhere on social media, and that particular dude that takes them out, you know what I'm saying? He's spending all types of money, and or they watch like these girls that chase the athletes and the singers, and if they get picked, and they don't go on regular, well, just walk around the park dates. They go on these, hey, we're gonna fly to somewhere and eat some lobster or something to come back. So that seemed like those unrealistic setups are not the norm, but they people think they're the norm. So how so what would be what you would tell these people, these women that expect all this super lavishness on the first date?
Okay, that's not you. You're not a social media person. You're not Kim Kardashian or whoever you're watching with all these lavish first dates and seeing these personas where you don't know what these dates are looking like later on. You don't know if she passing her credit card underneath the table so he can pay. It's not you. It's not realistic. And for me, any man that discovers a woman is like, oh, I ain't going out with you if you can't take me to so and so place on the first date. You need to tell her that's fine because somebody else will. Somebody who's for real will go out with you. With that being said, because I hear some weird stuff with people on these dates, which is why I'm such a stickler for it.
Right.
So, but that's why. And then the other thing is for women, first dates, they should be fun. Go out, see if your personalities match, see if you got something in common. Shouldn't be get out there grilling somebody like you are attorney on a court case. Do you want to get married? How soon you want to get married? How many kids you want? Nobody wants to have all that type of pressure. Yeah, nobody wants that kind of pressure on the first date. For me, a first date should be fun. It should be if our personalities match. It should be if we have a connection. Do we have things in common? We shouldn't be talking about my ring better be 2 carats if this work out. Because I've
Absolutely.
heard people do that.
Oh, absolutely. So let me ask you this then. Let's get into it deeper. So, as far as places to take somebody, is it okay to first date to do a regular chain restaurant? Can I take you to Applebee's or something along those lines like that? Just because I'm thinking that the first date is to find out if you like the person or not. Because I guess if it turns into, like I said, I know that, like I said, out here they want a man to spend $1 billion on the first date, but like I said, might not like the girl, so the man is out. So is it okay and acceptable for the man to say, all right, let's go over here to a decently priced restaurant. I don't want to spend too much. Then we two of us go together. Then we might $30, $40, and have a conversation. Or is it more about or is it more about the pizzazz for you to determine if you like me versus me determining if I like you?
No, this goes both ways. He's seeing if he likes her. She's seeing if she likes him. It shouldn't cost him $300 to do that. I think where men miss it is in their wording and their communication of it. Don't ever say to a woman, I don't want to spend that much money on you because now it sounds like I don't think you're worth it. What you say is, hey, listen, on my first dates, I like to just do a meet and greet. So and I mean, just a meet and greet, have a quick drink somewhere. We can do Applebee's, or I know this other nice place where we could just have a drink, or we can do a coffee shop. But you just say, I like to do a meet and greet and stress it's a meet and greet, not I really like you. I'm taking you to a $300 dinner. And then suggest a few places and let her pick. Would you like to go to Starbucks? What do you like at Starbucks? I'll make sure I have that there ready when you get there. Or can we go to Applebee's because I get off work at 7 o'clock and they've got a really good margarita you might like. Leave it at that. But you have to not, it's got to be in the wording.
Yep. When you say that something, that to some women it's like the record skips. Like, how dare you not spend this? I know that I seen this, and my homegirl over here got this guy spend. $500 at a steakhouse on her, just and so forth. Then you battle it against the friends and what the friends know and so forth.
And that's true. And what men need to put into their verbiage is, and your homegirl over there, you don't know what she's going through, and that's not you. And your homegirl gonna make you lose a good guy. Period. Because your friends will help you lose a good guy.
Yes, it's so possible that would happen. So good. So so like I said, just tap down the expectation because like I can see it as like I said, the men is the one that's out here and the whole thing. You spend $100, $200 on a date, and the woman's ate food and so forth. She if she didn't have it, if y'all didn't mess, she still had a good meal on you and so forth,
Well,
and it costs you that money to feed her just to know that you don't like her.
but then here's the other thing. Even if you do like her, guess what she's gonna expect every time you go out? A
Oh,
$300 date.
it's kind of hard to dial back
How
from a
many?
steakhouse to Applebee's.
So how many times a month you gonna be able to do that? Because now the expectation is he took me out to, wherever some expensive restaurant is, and now I'm expecting that every time we go.
Yep. That's gonna be
So
the
gotta be
problem.
careful.
You're right. And then if you don't do it enough, then you start hitting you with the side eye. Like, yo, you took me to the best steakhouse, and now I want steak again, and now you're like, nah, I can't get steak no more. Well, we gotta wait the next month. I wait to get my check. Then I guess that in turn then changed the whole dynamics of the relationship. It turns it to a to a transactional situation.
Well, I had that on my list for last, but we can talk about it. Gold digging, men or women. It's important to understand who is paying for the date, but with the date. It's a quick conversation of saying, okay, because depending upon who said, hey, let's go out, the other person may think, oh, you said let's go out. That means you're paying. And in most cases, in the old school days, it used to mean the person that invited someone out is paying. But today, people think, especially women, well, guys should pay all in every single time. And that's fine one way or the other, but it should be a conversation of who is paying so there is an understanding of that. So we're not getting on dates and now we looking at each other like, when you gonna pay for this?
Right. 'Cause like I said, that happens. I guess you're right. You're right. That conversation is because, like I said, you're right. It used to be, all right, let's go out. So I'm gonna pay if you say let's go out. All right, I'm thinking you take care of it. But now it's like you're right. The man is the expectation is old school way of like how back in the day that the guy. No, I'm gonna phrase it like this. So people's perception of dating and relationships so far, I guess a lot of it came from TV. Everybody watched TV back in the day when there's wholesome TV shows and so forth. And then these wholesome TV shows show that the man going to work, he got his briefcase, and the woman put on her apron, and he bring all the money back. But the money wasn't talked about; it just the life just kind of floated on, and so everybody's assumptions about how that worked. And now everybody looking back at that now for some reason. We time traveling back, and everybody wants that now. And and I'm like this: where did this turning point happen? But I think what it is that we are, like I said, a lot of it's part of the strip club culture. I know I said this a million times on a million episodes about how the expectation is like when you go to a strip club, you're paying a woman for her attention and so forth. You're paying her to talk to you, and now that somehow that's leaked out of that society, out of that strip club culture into the world now, and they want men. Both every man got to have a six-figure job for these women now today and so forth, and be a provider to a random woman. And so, not their wife. Back in the day, have a structured household family, but now I just want that type of lifestyle. And like I said, a lot of guys that got that money to do it, do it. And I think that is also skewing a lot of reality. because the guys that don't really have much game is throwing money out at these women and getting whatever they're getting out of them. So I think that's part of the issue in the culture here. What do you think about that?
My thoughts on that is, if you as a man feel like you have to put money to get a woman's attention, how does that make you feel? It's really a question, answering your question with a question. How does a man feel when it's like, okay, if I don't have any money, she's not paying attention to me. Then what do you really have?
Right.
If it's all about money, what do you have? And so that's a question men have got to start defining what the relationships are, because it can't be about my money, because if it is, if you don't have any, then she's on to whoever is giving her money.
Right.
We
Right.
got some jacked up mindsets today with, but on the other side of that, women in a certain age group are dealing with men who are just using them for money though. You
True.
do. I'm like, hey, my statement is, I'm not going to be a nurse or a purse. So you have men who are like, oh, she got a good job. I can, she got a pension. She got good insurance. I've seen those situations where men are saying that to themselves about getting with women with money. So it goes both ways.
Right. Well, it does. It does. And and it's like how to, like I said, I guess you're gonna always have that portion in the dating pool and so forth. And I guess it's to the point of just trying to find reality at the other side of the dating pool.
Yep. So I have one more thing I want to touch on, because I know my time is almost up probably. Um, Dress the part. Nobody wants to be on a date with a person who look like they got dressed in the dark. And that goes both ways. Men, if you're gonna take somebody out on a date, even a coffee date, look presentable. Don't look like you was gardening and then it was time to run out the door, or you were washing your car and you came over here to talk to her. And then women, the same thing. Men are so visual, and they like to brag about the women that they're dating and what they look like. And my thing is, give them something to brag about.
Right.
So that's where I'm ending it. Is give them something to brag about.
So what you're saying is, women, take care of yourself. Don't just come outside looking any type of way.
Well, but that's what my page, wellness, wealth, beauty with Miss Ree is about. Is really taking care of yourself. It's about being healthy, feeling healthy, and not just looking good, but feeling good too. And because I exercise probably sometimes 5, 6 times a week for over an hour,
Right.
and I take a gang of vitamins, and it's spa day once every 2 weeks, even if it's just at home. So you really have to take care of yourself, not just so you can look good to get a man or have people look at you, but because you feel better if you do that. You really do. You need to be feeling yourself. And most women, well, a lot of women are not. And this is their own fault, because they're not taking care of themselves.
Right. Yeah. You had a good point there. Health is wealth, people's health is wealth. So, thank you, Sharice, for joining the show today on this very important topic. Wanted to definitely get a woman's perspective on the dating pool and so forth. And like I said, we appreciate you.
Well, thanks for having me. It's been fun.
All right, everybody, this has been Bar Talk, and I've been your host, Brandon T. And we'll talk to you later. Peace.